What's up, everybody? Let's Talk Jets Radio. Hope you guys are doing well. Quick video here. I'm not doing great. My voice is gone. Shout out to the tailgate, though. That was a phenomenal time. Appreciate all the support. Everybody that stopped by, it means a lot. Also, thoughts and prayers to Fireman Ed. His family going through a tough loss right now. But jump into the game, and I want to start with the crowd atmosphere. I'm going to try to go piece by piece here. But that's the part that, as a season ticket holder, is most frustrating right now. Tyson kind of broke it down in his video. The stadium was maybe, 75, 80% filled, 25 to 30% Raven fans, half the fans inside half the time because they don't want to get, wet in the rain. So it's like, what kind of home atmosphere do we really have? And I see people online saying, oh, it was loud at times, there was a little bit of buzz. I feel like we've just lowered the bar so much for what actually qualifies as noise and a real home field advantage. Like, I've been going to almost every single game since I was 5 years old, 1994, 1995. We know what Jet fans can bring. We know what a real home atmosphere sounds like. You see it across the league, too. Other fan bases, they fill up stadiums, they get loud, they get behind their defense, they have a true home field advantage. And the Jets just don't have that. There's a little pop on third downs here and there, and that's it. And I don't blame the fans. Like, Jet fans are some of the most diehard passionate out there that are dying for a winner. Problem is the team has, first, they've pushed out all the diehards, obviously, but more than that, Jet fans are just beat up at this point. We're tired of this. So many fans are in prove it mode. Show me. Like, show me results. I'll come back out. And then, you sit there and watch that shit today. Everybody that sat home was like, yep, that's why I stayed home. Like, who wants to go watch this shit? It was an embarrassment. It was a joke. So, like, I just wanted to get that off my chest before I got into the game. Obviously, I got some notes here. And, the one thing I do want to start with, as far as not just the game, but looking across the league, the Giants went to Tennessee and they won. The Falcons, they almost beat the Saints. Bears actually beat the 49ers by 9 points. The Lions were within 3 of the Eagles, 38-35 in a shootout. The Texans actually tied the Colts. Like, every single team that we felt that we were better than, they all found ways to compete against teams that, on paper at least, are much better than them. They found ways to compete. New coach, doesn't matter. Roster that's not his, doesn't matter. So where does that bring me next? Coach Saleh. Listen, I'm not screaming fire Coach Saleh, but day by day, he is absolutely losing a lot more of my trust. Hearing his press conference, 1 minute, no moral victories. The next, proud of how hard they fought. He actually had the nerve to call out Garrett Wilson for not stretching the football after he just made 3 guys miss, which is more than almost anyone else did on the field, by the way. And then, instead of going for it on 4th and inches, he punts the football. All gas, no brake. Like, to me, that's just ridiculous. Some of the other things, like the defensive line rotation, Tyson talked about that. I'll never understand it, whether it's after a timeout, after an injury. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's a big play, third down. They're set on their rotation, and it seems like these guys can't go more than 2-3 plays at a time. Like, that's just the way they do things. Garrett Wilson, how does he not play more than Braxton Berrios? It seemed like every time I looked up, Berrios was on the field. I'm like, where's Garrett Wilson? Where was Uzama? Barely even noticed him at all today. I think Saleh said that was how the rotation kind of shaked out. Or I'm like, what? You just paid the guy $10 million. Why not have 2 tight end sets, especially when you can't block? I know they came out with the hurry up and the 13 personnel or whatever. I'm like, yeah, that worked for 4 plays, intentional grounding. Flacco with a pick on the next drive or the drive after that. Like, Flacco did not look good. He looked like a statue out there. Some terrible decisions. He missed Corey Davis wide open early when the game was still within reach. Overall, just sloppy. The drops are unacceptable. I don't even care, rain or not. Corey Davis, he had the one that was like 2 inches off his body. He couldn't bring it down. I think Elijah Moore had one. Michael Carter dropped one in the end zone. Breece Hall had the fumble. So just way too much sloppy play, way too many mistakes. And then you get the interception from DJ Reed at the end. Like, what is he? You're down by 21 points, and he goes to midfield like he's Terrell Owens? Like, what are we celebrating here? Like, great leadership there. You know, the offensive line obviously was a disaster, and it's unfortunate too because that was predictable. You know, we all knew what was going on with Becton. It was hard to actually seriously be able to depend on him going into this year. They knew that going into draft night, ignored it. They waited a month, signed Dwayne Brown after the injury. Then they moved Fant back and forth. You know, like they did this all to themselves. So it's frustrating. I don't think I left it. Oh, I left one thing out. Our special teams is also a joke. Braden Mann with a 20-yard punt swung the game. He's friggin' terrible. Greg Zerline, I don't know how he won the kicking competition. Salah talks about, oh, you know, it was fair and square. He won the job, legit kicking competition. We were there almost every single day in training camp. The kickers weren't kicking. So what kind of competition do we have? I'm sorry, dude. Maybe I'm just aggravated, frustrated. I probably sound ridiculous, but you know what? Like, at some point, when do we compete? At some point, other teams are doing it, and Jets just embrace excuses. Everything's excuses. Ah, well, it's, you know, the backup quarterback. Ah, well, you know, Max Mitchell at right tackle. Ravens had their third string left tackle in there. Like, there's always an excuse for everything, and I'm tired of it. Jet fans should be tired of it. Talk to you guys later.